What's up, Reds? Neil Reiters here for Neil Reiters Football, and it's time to talk about something that's been absolutely buzzing in the fan base at the moment, and that is Jamie Carragher's criticism of Alexander Isak refusing to play to force a move to Liverpool. Now, let me straight out the gate say this, that Carragher is a legend and his voice matters. It does matter. But on this point, I fundamentally disagree with him. Not because his criticism about the professionalism behind it is without merit, but rather it ignores the brutal and often ugly way that, transfers at this top level happen in 2025. So it's not criticizing, the move in a moral vacuum, but rather looking at, what had happened and how this move really got our man, and yes, it's our man, to Anfield. Carragher's point is from an old school perspective. You honor your contract, you play, you don't down tools, and in a perfect world, I suppose he's 100% right. That is the ideal. But we don't operate in a perfect world. We operate in a high-stakes billion-pound industry where player power and release clauses often dictate the game. And what Isak did wasn't the first. It wasn't even that rare anymore. I mean, think about it, hey? Van Dijk. When Virgil van Dijk famously went on strike to force his move from Southampton to Liverpool, did we criticize him then? Or did we as a fan base ultimately understand that it was a brutal necessity to get a transformative deal over the line? And yeah, we celebrated when he lifted the Champions League and the Premier League trophies. And the ends, quite frankly, justify the means. The same principle applies here. The mechanisms might be uncomfortable, but the outcome is what matters for Liverpool as a football club. To lament the method after we've benefited from it feels a little inconsistent. And if we accept the player when he's holding up the shirt, or we have to at least understand the journey it took him to get here, even if it wasn't pretty. Now, that's just the game now, and clubs hold all the power with contracts and until a player decides to leverage their own influence. And Isak knew his value. He knew Liverpool was interested, and he knew the only way to make a notoriously difficult negotiating partner like Newcastle buckle was to apply maximum pressure. It's not ideal. It's not beautiful. It's not pretty, but it is effective. And for his move to Liverpool, I think it yielded the result he wanted. Now, on to where I do agree with Jamie Carragher. Us not getting Marc Guéhi right now doesn't mean the end for Liverpool. Liverpool have a couple of options at the back, and with Joe Gomez staying and Liverpool acquiring Leone, I think we are comfortable at the back. Virgil van Dijk and Konate, even though he had a shaky start to the season, are still there. And then we've got the two backup. So Liverpool is able to wait, and I completely agree with Carragher over there. But in conclusion, I want to say that, yeah, I do disagree with him. And yeah, my own moments I said I don't like when players do go on strike or when players kick up a fuss. I don't like it, but I wouldn't attack it from a moral perspective. That is my entire point. And I think Carragher is looking at this in the way that it should be ideal and the way that it was versus the way it is and how things are. And I think we have to appreciate the modern game for what it is now and how things go about in the player's head and how their actions shape the results that they really want. The important thing for Liverpool Football Club at the moment is integrating Marc Guéhi, is integrating Alexander Isak into the team now, because Liverpool, after losing Diogo Jota through tragedy and, of course, the sale of Darwin Núñez, means that they were a little bit thin in the front, and the acquisition of Isak alongside the other front players is going to be of the highest priority, and I think that is where the focus should be at the moment, and we as fans should rally behind all of that. But let me know, what are your takes? Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Isak striking at Newcastle to come to Liverpool? What do you think of Jamie Carragher's comments about all of this? And what do you think about Liverpool having to wait for Marc Guéhi before they could actually make some changes in that back line? Well, let me know in the comments. Hit a like on this video, share it with other football enthusiasts and Liverpool faithful, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, and I will of course catch you on the next one.